Good afternoon, and welcome back to a special edition of TVM News. Today is Friday, April 1st. I'm Michael Che.
And I'm Colin Jost. Today we have news about a recently returned NASA astronaut.
We also have news about a Hazleton native Oscar winner.
And we'll check in with TVM sports anchors Nevica Molinaro and Cheyenne Amick to find out the latest in Marywood and professional sports.
Marywood-University will be hosting a Gillette razor recycling program in collaboration with TerraCycle. There's a collection bin on the third floor of the Science Building for students to donate their razors. This announcement comes as a surprise, seeing as Marywood students have difficulty separating paper from plastic and are now expected to recycle razors.
Marywood's 2022 commencement speaker has been announced. President of the Association of Independent Colleges and Universities, Thomas P. Foley, will speak on May 14th at 1 p.m. at the Mohegan Sun Arena. Meanwhile, NYU gets Taylor Swift to speak at their commencement. We are obviously not the same.
Marywood's community garden is being revitalized. Students interested in maintaining a plot of land can sign up by following the link in the This Week at Marywood tab on the website. In conjunction with the community garden, Chartwell's has announced that for the first time, there will be fresh food available at on-campus dining.
Research Day will be held on April 19th. This is an annual event on campus where classes are canceled in order for students and faculty to attend presentations on the research members of the Marywood community have been conducting. But as most students refer to it, catch up on sleep and laundry day.
A grant has been awarded to the Lackawanna County Workforce Development Board in partnership with Marywood-University. $45,000 will be used to establish cohorts on digital literacy skills. One of the courses being offered will be on how to avoid sending out sensitive information through school-wide emails.
Several Marywood faculty members and students will be performing in the Wyoming Seminary Civic Orchestra concert. The performance will be at the Kirby Center in Kingston on Sunday, April 3rd. They will be performing pieces by Tchaikovsky, Shostakovich, and Prokofiev. This will be a chance to get college students to listen to something other than Ye himself.
On Monday, March 28th, Marywood hosted bingo with a special twist. Special correspondent Soren Sponson has the news.
Tonight I am here at the Black Tie Bingo event where many of our Marywood students will be able to have a chance to play bingo and as well as be able to dress for success, to be able to win some big prizes for bingo night here at Marywood-University. And what is going to be your most favorite part of bingo tonight?
I guess my most favorite part about bingo tonight will be the fact that everybody gets to dress up and have a really good time and feel good about themselves.
And what prize are you most looking forward to giving away tonight?
Ooh, definitely the Amazon TV. That was a really pricey prize, so I think someone's really going to enjoy it.
When we come back, we'll tell you about a local Easter Bunny breakfast.
Myth. If you get COVID-19, you'll recover after a few days. That myth is false. We're only just beginning to understand the effects of COVID-19 on the human body, as we're starting to see more and more people identifying as long haulers who are having symptoms for weeks, if not months, after their initial infection. Continue to wear a mask, socially distance, and wash your hands. Together, we can keep COVID out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I don't think we're free in this country. For 100 years, you saw black people menaced and targeted and lynched and beaten and brutalized. I think we're burdened by this history. More people have to be willing to do that uncomfortable, inconvenient thing that justice requires for things to get better.
Truth can inspire change. Learn more at EJI.org.
Myth. I can party with people as long as they don't have symptoms. That myth is false. As we've seen, up to 40% of people who have COVID-19 are asymptomatic and can pass it on to others. So I'd recommend avoiding any social parties, especially indoor ones. If you want to try to socialize but reduce your risk, I'd recommend meeting outside in small groups, continuing to wear a mask, and socially distancing from others if you can. Then together, we can keep COVID-19 out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
A dog was thrown from a moving vehicle in Luzerne County. Brisket, a pit bull mix, is currently being cared for at Blue Chip Rescue while police investigate into the driver's identity. Now, to be fair, Brisket was reportedly kicking the seat and repeatedly asking if they were there yet.
The Ritz Theater in Scranton hosted breakfast with the Easter Bunny on Saturday. The Easter Bunny, along with other fairy tale friends, met with children during the breakfast. In fact, so many people showed up that it turned into brunch with the bunny, with the last group being seated at 3 p.m. Many happy family memories were made, as well as a few traumatic childhood ones.
Waste Management has announced it will offer free disposal to cleanup groups in the area. Through April, groups who clean up roadsides in northeastern Pennsylvania will be able to safely dispose of waste at 2 centers in the area. One of the groups happy to use the free disposal service has been the local chapter of the Serial Killers Union.
New Oscar winner Troy Kutzer has family in Hazleton. The 2022 Academy Award winner for Best Supporting Actor was born in Hazleton prior to moving to Arizona as a kid, where he eventually started his acting career. But could you blame him for moving away?
An 80-year-old woman was the survivor of a massive pileup on Route 81 this week. The crash was likely caused by poor visibility from a snow squall and shut down parts of the highway. It's being reported that the woman was trying to, quote, recreate Tokyo Drift at the time of the crash.
Camelback Mountain Resort in the Poconos is getting ready to pack all of their ski supplies away for the spring. Saturday marked their annual skimming event. Skimming is when you snowboard across the pond made by the melted snow in an attempt not to fall. This event is not to be confused with schwimming, which is when David Schwimmer swims laps around the pool.
A Lackawanna County attorney is facing theft charges. Police say Dan Lucas stole over $300,000 from clients that he promised to repay. Lucas was arraigned in court and released on bail. Said one of his clients, "Oh, so you have bail money?"
The bird flu has been found in Pennsylvania for the first time since the avian influenza was found in the United States in 2021. The highly pathogenic avian influenza virus was found in a dead bald eagle in Chester County. I think I can speak for all of us when I ask, haven't we suffered enough? When we return, we'll give you a full story on a man who attempted to smuggle reptiles across the Mexican-American border in his pants.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch. Till September. I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs. And that's still not enough to put food on the table. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong. What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
A 500-pound black bear was relocated from a Tennessee college to the forest this week. The Greenville Fire Department helped to tranquilize and transport the animal away from TVM-University. In unrelated news, the school has announced it will be holding tryouts for a new linebacker.
Scientists have discovered how vampire bats are the only mammal to survive solely on blood. Compared to 26 other bat species, the vampire bat is missing 13 genes. This missing gene helped the vampire bat adapt to only eating food filled with iron and protein such as blood. I'm glad that they finally figured it out, but man, am I in no way feeling comforted.
A Texas teacher has settled a lawsuit after forcing a student to write the Pledge of Allegiance. The black student was exercising their right to sit during the Pledge of Allegiance at Klein Oak High School. The teacher, who was named in the lawsuit as Dolores Umbridge, has announced her intention to return to private schooling.
A Southern California man has been arrested for illegally smuggling 1,700 reptiles from Mexico and Hong Kong into the U.S. 30-year-old Jose Manuel Perez was taken into custody February 25th at the border between the U.S. and Mexico. Border Patrol found 60 reptiles in plastic bags in his coat pockets, pants pockets, and groin area. Great! So now TSA is gonna have to ask if you have snakes in your pants.
A NASA astronaut has returned to Earth after recording the single longest U.S. spaceflight. Mark Vande Hei landed in Kazakhstan after hitching a ride on a Russian spacecraft back to Earth. Vande Hei's wife is quoted as saying, "When can he go back?"
A house in Oxford, England, with a 25-foot shark sculpture crashing through the roof is now a protected landmark, much to the owner's chagrin. Bill Heine installed the shark in 1986 without speaking to local officials because he did not believe that the government should decide what art people see. His son, Magnus Hansen Heine, now believes that the decision to make the landmark protected went against his father's initial wishes. The shark is also a symbol of the shock that people must feel when a bomb crashes through their house. There is nothing funny I could say about this because it is already so ridiculous on its own.
A flamingo who escaped from a Kansas zoo was spotted in Texas near the coast. Flamingo number 492, also known as Pink Floyd, escaped during a storm in Wichita in 2005. He escaped with another flamingo, but has only been seen by himself in sightings over the years. While they may not have each other, they'll always have Wichita.
The Oscars were this past Sunday, and they were a big deal for representation. Coda, a film about deaf people and performed in sign language at certain parts, took home Best Picture, while one of its stars, Troy Kutzer, became the first deaf man to take home the award for Best Supporting Actor. Ariana DeBose became the first openly queer Afro-Latina to take home the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her role in West Side Story, and Will Smith became the first MMA fighter to take home Best Leading Actor. When we come back, we'll take a break from the tomfoolery and check in with TVM sports anchors Nevica Molinaro and Cheyenne Amick for the latest in Marywood and professional sport.
COVID-19 has changed how we express our faith and gather to worship. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to spreading the word without spreading concern. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's smart to question. Now, get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you go. Never gonna let
Good afternoon, Marywood. I'm Nevika Molinaro.
And I'm Cheyenne Amick. Nevika, did you hear about Nike's collaboration with 7 City Connect jerseys?
No, I didn't, but I can't wait to hear about it. But before we get to that, Marywood's had some big numbers this week. The cold weather never felt better for the Marywood women's tennis team as they've won both of their matches since coming back from spring break. On Wednesday, March 23rd, our Pacers went up against Clark Summit University, winning 9-0. This past Wednesday, March 30th, our girls won once again victorious, winning 6-3 against King's College. Their next match will be this Sunday at home as they take on Immaculata University at 1 p.m. The Marywood's men's tennis team officially kicked off their spring season this past Wednesday away at King's College at 3:30. Unfortunately, our boys lost 0-9, and their next match will be this Sunday at home as they take on Immaculata University at 1 p.m. After receiving an 8-game win streak, once again breaking their all-time winning streak record, Marywood's baseball team fell 8-9 in their 10th inning against Centenary University in their second game in the doubleheader last weekend. This past Wednesday, our boys were able to make a comeback as they took on Penn State Schuylkill, winning 5-4. The Pacers take on the Griffins tomorrow as they travel here for a doubleheader starting at noon. During their first doubleheader of the week, the Marywood softball team was able to secure both wins against Centenary University 7-3 and 7-4. Unfortunately, our girls were not able to keep that energy as they took on the University of Scranton on March 30th in a doubleheader. The Pacers fell 1-4 and 3-8. Their next match will be home tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. against Cabrini University. Marywood's men's lacrosse team currently has a 4-game win streak. Their latest victories this past week were 9-7 against Albright College and 25-1 against Keystone College. Hopefully the boys will be able to continue this streak as they take on Marymount University tomorrow, April 2nd, away at 1 p.m. Unfortunately, the women's lacrosse team has not been doing so hot as they now have a 4-game losing streak. Their last one was acquired this past week at Keene University 0-15. Hopefully our girls will be able to turn that around tomorrow as they take on Marymount University home at 1 p.m. Marywood's women's rugby team crushed the Ursinus Sevens tournament this past weekend. The Pacers won all 3 of their matches, beating Franklin and Marshall College 27-5, Ursinus College 43-0, and Swarthmore College 25-6. This past weekend, the Marywood men's rugby team went 2-1-1 in their Gettysburg College tournament. The Pacers won their first 2 matches against Howard University 17-0 and St. Mary College of Maryland 19-10. Unfortunately, in their next matchup against Gettysburg College, our boys lost 12-27. In their final match of the tournament, our boys tied 17-17 against Franklin and Marshall College. You can look forward to the boys' next tournament next weekend, April 9th, as they host the Marywood Sevens tournament. That's all for Marywood Sports. Let's hear about the new jerseys and other professional sports news. Cheyenne?
Thanks, Nevika. Owners in the NFL voted in favor 29-3 over a change in overtime rules. The new rule ensures that both teams will get possession of the ball in the event the game goes into overtime. This change only applies to postseason games due to statistics showing the odds of winning a playoff game skews towards the winner of that event's coin toss. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell noted that he doesn't fully believe the new overtime rule will make its way into regular season play, but will continue to be a discussion within the league. In collaboration with Nike, 7 City Connect jerseys are to be unveiled during this year's 2022 season. In the first of 7 announcements, the Washington Nationals showed their design Tuesday morning. Cherry blossoms, a nod to one of the most notable flowers for the nation's capital, is the center focus of the design. Pink and ivory details accent the jersey alongside the flowers. The Washington Wizards will be showing off their similar cherry blossom-themed jerseys on the court. These jerseys will become the first set of Nike uniforms to connect multiple teams within a single city. This collaboration is the first of its kind between the MLB and the NBA. Unfortunately, the Wizards won't debut their jerseys until the 2022-23 season. The Nationals wear their jerseys in select 2022 games, including their home opener weekend games on April 9th and 10th against the New York Mets. There are also more City Connect jerseys to come. The Houston Astros will announce theirs on April 20th, the Kansas City Royals on April 30th, the Colorado Rockies on June 4th, the Los Angeles Angels on June 11th, the Milwaukee Brewers on June 24th, and the San Diego Padres on July 8th. In college basketball news, the Arizona State Sun Devils will bring Natasha Adair as their new head women's basketball coach. It was announced on Sunday that Adair, former Delaware Blue Hens coach, will replace Charlie Turner Thorne. Thorne retired this past year after coaching the Sun Devils for 25 years. That's all for sports from Neva, Ken, and I this week. When we come back, Michael and Colin have some additional sports news that will definitely catch our attention.
Oh, it's on. Release the meteor!
He's looking at you, kid.
I dig it.
That felt pretty great. Because the fight isn't over yet.
You will see me choose to protect my community by wearing a face cover.
And even with my face covered,
you will see me.
As a son.
As a man with a never quit attitude.
as a fighter for change.
Join me in wearing a face cover.
To help stop the spread of the coronavirus.
Because this is one small act of kindness
that has the power to make a big difference.
Hello, everybody. Your old pal Grover here with some health tips. Wash your hands throughout the day with soap and water for 20 seconds. Whoa, 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 whoa! Also, practice physical distance by staying 6 feet away from people in public, and do not forget to wear a mask. And whoa! So that is where the soap went.
Caring for each other because we are all in this together.
The Marywood football team is celebrating yet another undefeated season. First founded with the IHM sisters in the 1940s, the team has never lost a game, and their 0-0 record continues to shatter records for college football in the area and across the country. Star quarterback Maxis Smith said the dedication to success extends off the field to the players' education and faith.
Go Pacers football!
Go Pacers football!
Undefeated!
I've never missed a game.
Absolutely.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of TVM-News. From everyone at TV-Marywood, thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to follow TV-Marywood's YouTube page and like the TVM Facebook page to stay up to date on the latest happenings and to watch additional content.
I'm Michael Che.
And I'm Colin Jost. Happy April Fool's Day, Marywood. We'll see you next week. And live from the Learning Commons, it's Friday afternoon!